What is love? Baby, don't hurt.
We're back at 8:08, and this morning we're kicking off a series looking at the age-old question, what is love? You know the feeling. You've met that special person, and you can't stop thinking about them. You can't eat, you can't sleep, your heart keeps racing. Well, it may not all be in your head. NBC's chief medical editor, Dr. Nancy Snyderman, takes a look at the latest research into why we fall so hard.
It made Tom Cruise jump for joy on Oprah, allegedly propelled an astronaut to drive over 900 miles in diapers, and charmed a Hollywood legend into marrying 8 times. Each time positive, he was the one. That crazy little thing called love has been inspiring us, seducing us, enthralling us since the beginning of time.
My heart felt like it was in my stomach. I felt butterflies. I felt nervous. I was very excited. I almost like shaking hands, like my knees were weak. I love you.
I love you.
Melanie Grayson says she is madly in love with Nick Leffler, and after a year of butterflies and wobbly knees, she and Nick are engaged.
I look at Melanie as someone that I know I can be with the rest of my life.
Love is a natural high fueled by a physiological phenomenon, a kind of love cocktail of feel-good chemicals and hormones. Dopamine, estrogen, testosterone, and oxytocin are released into the body by the brain. How do we know? In part, thanks to these unlikely romantics.
They're very socially monogamous. And by that I mean they really prefer to be with each other. It's a very strong social bond. The mother and the father are really together until death does part them.
Sue Carter with the Brain Body Center in Chicago is studying oxytocin in prairie voles. Also known as the cuddle hormone, oxytocin is released during sex, childbirth, and breastfeeding. It inspires bonding.
It appears that oxytocin is released when boy meets girl. It allows the animals to not fear each other, which can then lead to what we call love. Without it, animals don't form social bonds. They don't care who they're with.
Human studies have shown that love and marriage are good for your health, and lost love can have devastating health consequences.
I said, Daddy, Mother stopped breathing. He said, well, that's it, we're dead. Not she's dead, we're dead.
Cynthia McCord says her parents lived a true love story. Devoted partners for more than 65 years, Fred Temple died 1 week to the day after his wife Betty passed away.
I wanted the death certificate to record that he died of a broken heart. The difference in the way he was physically before my mother died and after he died was such a dramatic change. There has to be a connection.
There's no doubt in my mind, both from the work that we've done and the work that others have done, that dying of a broken heart is a very real phenomenon.
Dr. Nicholas Christakis with Harvard Medical School has spent the last decade studying health in partners.
When your spouse dies, your risk of death of infections, suicide, diabetes, and accidents go up by about 20% in both men and in women.
Which raises key questions about medical treatment. If one partner becomes seriously ill, should we be treating the other as well? And if love is a chemical reaction, will science one day provide a pill, a sort of Viagra for the heart? For now, Melanie and Nick say whatever the scientific reasons, they have a unique connection.
I would say I feel completely different when I look at her and think about her than anything else in the world.
That was Dr. Nancy Snyderman. So one day, will there be a pill to make you fall in love? We'll ask the good doctor right after this.